Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Military Appreciation Night and Quesos, Tacos, and Tall Boys Tuesday at Community Field, the home of your Burlington Bees. We are proud to be a part of the Prospect League. Tonight's opponents are the O'Fallon Hoots. Bees fans, we want your experience here at the Hive to be safe and enjoyable. Please pay attention to the action on the field. Be aware that bats, balls, and other objects may enter the seating area at any time. Smoking in any form is not allowed inside the ballpark. We ask you to be considerate of your fellow Bees fans. Please refrain from the use of profanity in our family environment. If you have any issues, please seek the help of a stadium employee. Fans, make sure you give yourself an opportunity to win at the ballpark by buying an official Bees program. The program includes tonight's on-field contest entry forms as well as up-to-date rosters for both teams and the potential to win a great prize from one of our Lucky Ad sponsors. Bees home runs during the game are sponsored by Burlington Blackwater Mini Golf, bringing family fun to Jefferson Street this summer. Go try out their Mississippi Moon Ice Cream Parlor and play a round of mini golf on their historical indoor course. Walks during the game are sponsored by Scooters Coffee, and our strikeout sponsor is Matt Rinker State Farm. Tuesdays at the ballpark are Quesos, Tacos, and Tall Boys Tuesdays, where all general admission tickets are $5. Fans can get 2 tacos for $6 in concessions, and 16-ounce Miller Lights and Coors Lights are $4 tonight at third base and the main beer stand. Bees Stadium lighting is provided by Musco, the preferred lighting supplier of the Prospect League. On behalf of the entire Musco team, have a great game and play ball. Tonight is Military Appreciation Night, where all active and reserve military, all veterans, and the families of deployed soldiers get free admission to tonight's game. Sponsored by our local AmVets Post 29.
Good afternoon and welcome to Burlington, Iowa Inside Community Field. new page has been flipped. Welcome to the second half of the season. Liam Sample joined alongside Sam Egan as the O'Fallon Hoots are in town to take on your Burlington Bees. A beautiful day here in Burlington that's going to be quickly controlled by the weather. Already first pitch being pushed back an hour, and impending thunderstorms in the forecast set to begin around 8 p.m. So the goal here, Sam, is to get this game in officially, which will be 5 full innings. So we'll keep you updated on the forecast as this game progresses. But today, the start of the second half, for those of you who don't know, the Prospect League resets at the halfway point of the season. If you're able to win the second half in your division, you get an automatic spot to the 2024 Prospect League playoffs, and that's exactly what the Burlington Bees are looking to do with a 6-23 overall record, 5-8 at home and 1-15 on the road. A really tough end of their first half where they lost 12 straight, including 5 of their last 6-game road trip, but the momentum put back in their hands after a huge victory at Springfield on Sunday, a 2-0 victory capped off by David Terriot's 7-inning performance, only 2 hits and no runs let up, and then a RBI single from Cedric Grunwald in the 5th inning scored 2. So Sam, when you're in the bottom of the barrel, when you're in rock bottom, sometimes you look to your leaders to step up, and it was 2 of the most experienced Bees in Theriot and Dunwald. How important do you think that win was at Springfield?
I think that was vital to this Bees team. I know they've just been pushing to get that road win, and obviously that tears down the momentum a little bit when you're not getting those wins and you're not producing when you feel like you should be. So being able to finally get over the hump and finally get that road win that they've been so long desiring is huge for that team, and it's a huge turning point for them to hopefully get some momentum, as you said, going right into the second half and maybe spark a little rally here as, like you said, a fresh start.
O'Fallon, a really solid first half of the season, did not qualify for the playoffs, but a 17-11 overall record. Really excellent team away from Missouri, a 10-4 record on the road this season. They're coming off a tough loss against a divisional foe for the Bees, that is, at Clinton. Lost 9-6 on Sunday to cap off their first half. Left 7 runners on base in that game, but did have 11 hits. So a team that has a lot to build on offensively. Not too many lineup changes for them either. In the coming weeks, we expect a lot of lineup changes for either side. Sam and O'Fallon, not one that's made any changes yet. We'll wait to see what they do as they currently sit at a record of 17-11. The Hoots this season, 4-0 against the Burlington Bees, had a 3-game set against them back between May 30th and June 1st. 7-2, 15-2, and 4-2 were their scores, and then beat the Bees back here on the 18th by a score of 17-9. So some pretty commanding victories for the Hoots. But obviously, like I said, a very different turn-type page game for today's matchup. Sam, what are your expectations for this one?
I'm expecting this Bees team to really get clicking offensively. This was a team who only scored 2 runs in their first 3 contests against this O'Fallon team. And the last time they faced off against this team, they scored 9 runs. And more times than not, when you score 9 runs, that'll get the job done. And unfortunately for this Bees team, their pitching staff could not get it done. And they gave up 17 runs. So that game looked a lot more drastically lopsided than it actually was for this Bees team, and fortunately for them, they get another chance at this O'Fallon team in the same ballpark.
So before the game, I got a chance to chat with one of the heroes in David Terriot. Like I said, 7 shutout innings at Springfield to lead the Bees to victory and snap that large losing streak. Let's hear what he had to say about him, the team, and starting the second half of the season. We'll take it over to me and Dave earlier today.
All right, here with Dave. Thanks for coming on today. You're one of the most experienced players on the roster. What keeps you coming back to Burlington?
I don't know. I mean, just the environment, team. I mean, I like the coaching staff that we've had the last 3 years. Well, we got 2 new assistants. O's been here the last 3 years, so I really do feel like that, and then just the people itself.
One of the leaders in the locker room have that reputation. How have you embraced that role this season?
I don't know. I try to do as much as I can to try and be that leader and to try and be that guy that stands out to just get the momentum going throughout the game. Big cheerleader on the side as well. So, yes, indeed.
Bit of a journeyman in your collegiate career. Now have a home in Texas. How have you enjoyed your current school?
I liked it a lot. Coach Garza has been really good out there, along with assistant coach Kelly Shopik. He's an 11-year vet in the major leagues. He's taught me a lot throughout my career at Texas Wesleyan, and I'm trying to put it on the field up here as well.
So let's take it back for a second. Coming into the Bees this season, what were the goals that you had?
The goals were just to try and get a winning season, try to get some momentum. I know we had a slow second half. Now today's the first half of the first day of the second half. Hopefully we can get some momentum going, and I could also put on some good performances to come.
Started year in relief, moved to starter. How have you kind of liked the different roles?
It's new. It is new. I can learn to embrace it. You know, I mean, obviously I've done pretty well the last couple starts, but no, I mean, it's not much of a difference. I mean, all you got to do is just get out there and put up zeros on the board. That's the main goal.
Talk to me about your slider. When did that pitch start? How have you found ways to use it this year?
I mean, it's definitely gotten a lot better. Beginning of the year, I faced a difficulty. I broke my hand. So it's starting to come back now. Frisbee slide, I try to just throw people off as much as I can. I throw that about 70 to 75% of the time.
So I personally think that Illinois Valley was really a turning point in your season. You threw 6+ out of the bullpen over a 6-day span. What was different about that game, and do you think that was a turning point too?
It was a turning point. Most of their lineup is right-handers, and for a right-hander to face me, it's pretty difficult, especially when I'm throwing 75% sliders that are going away to a guy. Just quick pitch, like a Nestor Cortez style, just to try and throw off hitters' timing. I don't throw very hard, and I throw low to mid-eights at most. So that's what I'm trying to do.
Had one of the best moments of the year on Sunday, that 7-inning start. Tell me about that whole game, that moment, and being able to lead the team to a road win.
Yeah, no, I told the coaching staff I'm going to try and put up a 7 spot for you, 7-8 spot. Couldn't go 8.
Pitch limit.
he wanted to cut it short, so I was just like, yeah, I needed to save myself, but at the time I was just really competitive.
So two-parter here. You mentioned it earlier, second half. Are there any personal goals for you, and then how do you as a team kind of look to change the narrative?
Well, as a team, pitching as bullpen wise, I feel like our starters are there. Our starters give us good innings. The bullpen needs to step it up a little bit. We have a couple good guys that are coming in. We just added Keanu Spencer, who's going to be a DH/first baseman for us. He's going to be a big bat for us. So I think we're going to be pretty promising for the second half.
Final question for you. You're one of the few players from Louisiana. What do you miss most about the Bayou?
I miss all the cooking. I don't miss the heat. I do not miss the mosquitoes, even though they have mosquitoes up here. It's not like down there. But most definitely the food, fishing, and etc. and everything else.
Awesome. Thanks for coming out today. Really appreciate it.
Yes, indeed.
So Dave told you exactly what the Bees needed to do in this second half of the season, and they'll go against an O'Fallon team that has played very strong against Burlington this year. A perfect 4-0 record. This is the last contest between the two this season, and leading off for the Hoots, Matt Brown sending out number 11. Ryan Stevens, a Eureka, Missouri native, played at Jefferson College, where he appeared in 39 games this season. So far, 25 games with the Hoots with a 306 batting average and a 460 on base. Stevens actually rostered as a catcher, will play at second. The right fielder today will be number 14, Henry Zenner. Zenner, also a St. Louis, Missouri native, is seen pretty much exclusively from the St. Louis area. Goes to University of South Carolina upstate. That's a big South school. Did not play there this season, but so far in 23 games for the Hoots, a 379 batting average. Pair that alongside a superb 19 RBIs. The 3-hitter and the left fielder today is number 19, Baden Hackworth, the Jackson, Missouri, and St. Louis University Billiken, playing his 14th game of the year. 10 ribbies alongside a home run, a 333 batting average with a 452 slugging, but a surprising amount of speed for a guy typically seen as a power hitter with that high slugging. 4 stolen bases. The cleanup hitter today will be number 30 in Bryson Lofton, a Bryan College attendee, actually from Georgia. Playing in his 26th game of the year, 28 hits, a 322 batting average alongside a 553 slugging, 24 RBIs on the year for him. So some really dangerous hitters at the top of the order, and it doesn't get any easier as we go to the catcher in number 28, Will Briggs, a Purdue University Boilermaker. Did not play there this season, but in 13 games with the Hoots, a 395 batting average and a 628 slugging. Sam, there's high sluggings all over the top of this order. Next is, the third baseman in junior Jack Meyer, an attendee of Lindenwood University, and pretty new to this Hoots squad. 2 hits in his 2 games played so far, so a 286 batting average. Both those hits for extra bases, both have been doubles. Next will be number 22, a senior in Michael Long. Long, so far this season, playing in his 12th game, has a 136 batting average with a 296 on base. So a guy maybe trying to get going, especially in the hit department, only has 6 of them in his 11 games so far. A senior at Maryville University. The 8-hitter today and the shortstop will be another senior in Cade Wood. He attends Mississippi Valley State University, an Atlanta, Texas native. His 19th game of the year, a 406 on base alongside 10 walks and 15 hits. And then finally, the 9-hitter and the center fielder today will be number 13, and Mari Weaver, also a Mississippi Valley State University senior. 43 games played there this season, and so far with the Hoots, playing in his 20th game today, has 15 hits for a 231 batting average, 9 stolen bases for him. So a dangerous guy with a ton of speed out of that bottom of the order. Sam, it's been O'Fallon who's had the Bees number this season. They sent out, in my opinion, one of their best lineups of the year. What do you got on the Bees lineup?
It's going to be a different looking lineup. It's the last time we've seen this Bees team, and a Bees team that has caught fire with some guys. Cedric Dunwald will be leading it off. He's now hitting 272. He's really caught fire. Went 3 for 4 in his last ball game with 3 singles and 2 RBIs. So looking for him to keep slugging his way through the lineup in the leadoff spot. Batting second will be Landon Akers. He's been in the second spot seemingly all year after a little break coming back from injury, but he's back in his prospective spot in the 2-hole, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. He's reached base in 14 straight and had a 371 on base in the first half, so looking to keep up that positive stretch here in the second half. Batting third will be the first time the Bees see a new face here at Community Field, Corey Boyer. He's played 6 games all on that road trip, and he was spectacular for the Bees. 280 average, 357 on base, and also drove in 7 runs. So he reached base in 2+ times in his first 5 games played before. A little bit of a struggle, 0 for 4 ball game in his last time out against Springfield on Sunday. So looking to bounce back right here today, and I feel like he's due for his first Bee bomb. Batting fourth, Merrick Matthews, the Iowa Hawkeye, back in his cleanup spot where he's been seemingly all year long and will continue to be for the Bees. He's reached base in 18 of his last 19 ball games played, and although he went 0 for 4 in his last game played, he also walked to keep that streak alive, had 3 strikeouts as well, so he's been a true 3-outcome guy for the Bees in that cleanup spot. Batting fifth has been Cooper Donlin, the best hitter in this Bees team and one of the best in the Prospect League all season long. A 392 average, a 511 on-base percentage in the first half. Just unreal stuff. He had a streak of 15 games where he got on base 2+ times. That streak was snapped on Tuesday at Cape, but he still reached base multiple times in 19 of his last 21 games played here in the first half with the Bees. So looking to keep up that tremendous stuff here in the second half for the Bees and just hopefully lead them to maybe a playoff push. Batting sixth, Jackson Lindquist. He's been great at the second base spot, has been a Gold Glove caliber second baseman, what they expected from him all year. But he will be the designated hitter here today, the freshman out of Rock Valley Community College. 455 average, 10 home runs in his time there. He's got a 211 average with the 294 on base with the Bees, but he's also showed off some wheels as well with 8 stolen bases, but strikeouts has been his Achilles heel with 19 of them. So kind of been a 3-outcome guy for the Bees, but when he's got on bases, he's turned those singles into extra bases on the base paths with his stolen bases. 1 for 4, a single, 2 strikeouts against Springfield. On Sunday. Seventh will be Nick Meyer, the catcher, who has also been really, really underrated good for this Bees team. A sneaky asset here in the 7th spot. A 250 average, a 343 on base percentage. Had 10 RBIs with the Bees in the first half. He's gotten on base in 13 straight ball games. He's just been under the radar, just getting on base, and he's also done that in 15 of his last 16 games played. That came in the first half, and looking to do that with a little more production here coming in the second half of the season. Batting eighth will be Boston Halloran, who's also been tremendous defensively. He will be playing shortstop. That average is right at 200 right now with a 286 on base. He struck out in 4 of his last 5 ball games, and the strikeouts have been his issues as well. But when he's seeing the ball well, he really just drives the ball, and we're looking for him to be maybe a second cleanup guy in that 8th spot. Batting ninth, Jackson Rooker, the Tennessee Tech product, who did not see any time with the Golden Eagles this season, and looking to build upon that here. 407 on base, 5 stolen bases with the Bees so far this season.
So impressive Bees starting lineup today. One that you, like you've said, despite the record struggles, has really had a very good few games offensively. And the anomaly was ironically their win that snapped the win streak, where they only had one player register RBIs and the leadoff hitter today in Cedric Dunwald. As we get ready here, we'll take a look at today's starting pitching matchup. First beginning for a guy both the Bees starter is familiar with and the Bees are familiar with, and number 21, Ryan Hoshaw, actually pitched against the Bees back on the 18th. The Bees hit him hard, 6 earned runs in 10 hits in only 3.2 innings of work. Hoshaw, like I said, a junior at Maryville University, played in 15 games there this season with a 4-0 overall record and an ERA, 15 earned runs with 18 strikeouts. So far for the Hoots, 5 appearances, all of which have been starts, a 2-2 rocker with an 18.1 innings pitch. For Hoshaw, 8.35 strikeouts per 9 with a 6.38 ERA and a 1.85 whip. So for Hoshaw, been a lack of consistency for him as he looks to bounce back. And we'll take a short break here before we giving you the Bees starter as we take it to field level with the singing of National Anthem with our own Rob.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
You want to talk about a two-outcome guy, Sam? Rob, our PA announcer, just turns on the vocal cords and sings the Star-Spangled Banner today. Truly a multi-talented guy. So I mentioned this theme of Maryville University, Sam, and why is that when we look at the Bees starter?
And we saw this matchup once before, and we will see it again. The guy you are seeing on your screen, Noah Harbin, will be the starter for the Bees here today. Had a good start against this team last time out before suffering injury. A 6.91 ERA for Harbin in 14 innings pitched. He's done a good job of finding the strike zone for the most part. 18 hits. He's got 11 earned runs there as well, with 12 strikeouts, with 12 walks as well 12 walks for Harbin and 21 strikeouts. So like I said, good job of finding the zone, and opponents aren't hitting too well off him, a 2.06 average. So when he's had his stuff, he has been really effective for the Bees, but he's just had a couple games where it's just gotten a little shaky and does not get the benefit from his defense, and he gets some unlucky advantages that don't go his way.
As we get ready here, Harbin with warm-ups. An eerie vibe here at Community Field. Typically filled stands, rather empty for a game that was pushed back an hour as we get ready for first pitch just past 5:30. Scattered strong storms in the forecast beginning at 7 p.m. It'll take 5 innings for this game to be complete, and with a very quick second half set to begin today, Sam, the second half done on July 31st, you don't have a lot of days to be able to reschedule games. So for every party involved, you're really hoping to be able to get at least 5 in today on a cloudy, gloomy day with extremely high temperatures sitting at 89 right now, wind at 14 miles per hour, but the humidity, it feels like 99 here at Community Field. Stevens will make his way up here as Harbin ready. Liam Sample joined alongside Sam Egan. A game pushed back 60 minutes trying to avoid impending rain. Noah Harbin, today's starter, a guy who's coming off a bit of a tough start, just went over 2 innings on the road trip as Harbin ready to go. Stevens ready. And the first pitch, we are underway. That'll be called a strike. A new umpire today, it's Scott Tidrington with James Cottrell, a guy we're very familiar with. He will be on the base pad today as the first pitch called strike. This one will be swung on by Stevens, fielded, diving play past Rooker at third, and will go all the way into the outfield. So a bit of a strange play there, Sam, as Rooker dove after that ball, when perhaps Halloran potentially could have had this and allows the runner to reach.
I like the point that you made about Halloran being able to make that play. Halloran being the shortstop, as that is ruled an error to start the ball game. Typically expect the shortstop to be the captain of the infield, take charge of the infield, and make that play. So Rooker was just trying to play the hero there, trying to make that play. It was a tough one at that when Halloran was just a few steps behind him and could have maybe had an easier shot getting the leadoff runner. Like you mentioned, instead it's an error, and leadoff guys aboard to start the second half for the Hoots.
Ryan Stevens has 26 hits this year, an on base of 468, so he extends that with the ability to reach as a 1-1 count on the next hitter in number 14, Henry Zenner. Last year in the Adidas Athletics in the Car Shield Collegiate League was top 5 in 4 out of the 5 batting leaderboard statistics. So a guy who's hit really well in summer leagues is Harbin checking the runner at first and not able to get him. Merrick Matthews at first base today. At second will be Landon Akers. Halloran at short, and then Rooker at third receive that aider. Boyette in left, Dunwald in center, and Cooper Donlin in right completes the Bees' defenses. This one swung on fielded at second. Halloran loses that one, will gun to first, and that'll be not in time. Likely back-to-back errors to beginning this game. An E5, and we'll see if this is followed by an E6 as it's first and second with nobody out.
So an unfortunate start for the Bees. It looked like they had 2 sure outs, and Halloran, who's just trying to get the feed there, just could not get that ball out of his glove, and it's 2 errors to start the ball game for the Bees, who have been better defensively as of late.
Baden Hackworth stepping up to the plate. This is an O'Fallon team, as Hackworth with a big swing and miss at the first pitch from Harbin. An O'Fallon team that has hit the ball well this year, 8th in the Prospect League in hits, 9th in runs. Hackworth with 19 ribbies on the year and a prime opportunity with nobody out to eclipse that 20 mark as he's quickly down 0-1 to Harbin. This one will be grounded. Field a nice play at Halloran. He'll get the play at second. Throw to first, and that'll be in time. Bounce back, Boston Halloran. What a play in the gap, and he gets the double play, a 6-4-3.
That was an unbelievable play there by Boston Halloran. As you can see, for those watching on our television broadcast, our first replay of the night, and that was an absolutely electric play there from Boston Halloran to just feed that behind his back, and a great feed there by his second baseman Akers as well to get the quick feed and get the double play.
This one will be swung on, and that'll score a run. It's Bryson Lofton who drives his first pitch into the center field for the first hit of the game, and the first run will put O'Fallon on the board, now 1-0. An RBI single from Bryson Lofton, and that's his 25th RBI of the year. His hot start continues, Sam.
Waste no time going after the first pitch, and Harbin's been forcing a lot of contact, so seeing that right there, and Lofton just going after the first pitch, and DH doing what he does best, just being that hitter that they need him to be, and an early lead as the Bees fall behind once again here early on at Community Field.
So 4 balls that have been hit. I talked about at the beginning of the broadcast. I know Fallon team with a lot of slugging. It's a nice play from Meyer behind the plate to keep that ball that could have went wild and moved a runner over in play. And another guy with a very good slugging percentage this year, and the catcher today at number 28, Will Briggs, has a slugging of .628 as he drives this one up the middle. Halloran will feel that short. He'll just step on second, so it'll be a ground out, 2 short. So 1 run on 1 hit with 2 errors and 1 left on base from the Bruins. Bees. A quick inning, and O'Fallon quickly on the board, done successfully by 2 errors. A really nice double play in there mixed in. Will send us to the bottom of the first, and the Bees bats up for the first time today.
to win $10,000 cash tonight if the Bees player hits a home run through the Blackwater Mini Golf hole-in-one home run challenge sign. Looking in the left center field, 380 feet from home plate. Tonight's lucky fan is Jeff Meyer. They've already won a gift certificate.
So the Battle of Maryville now takes us to the O'Fallon pitcher, a guy who pitched against the Bees a little over 12 days ago, and Ryan Hoshaw, more experienced Saint, being a junior. In 5 appearances so far this season, has 17 strikeouts, but a 6.38 ERA. 1-0 O'Fallon through half an inning as Liam Sample alongside Sam Egan. The first time the Burlington Bees bats come up to the plate in 9 days, as it's Cedric Dunwald who will lead us off here at Community Field.
And this is a Bees team, like you mentioned. They hit Hoshaw very well, and they need to do that again here. Wind's blowing out. A couple of right-handers to start it off with Dunwald and Akers. And Dunwald's been hitting the ball extremely well recently. Had 3 hits, and you mentioned was responsible for all 3 RBIs in yesterday or Sunday's ball game against Springfield. So you need him just to get a single here. Whether it's the opposite way or right up the middle, just get on base.
He'll drive that first pitch called foul. So for the Bees, the bullpen has been the issue, Sam. The only pitcher to not go over 4 innings the last time through the rotation, ironically enough, was Noah Harbin, who's starting today's game. And weirdly enough, in the last game, to keep on this theme of irony, it was the starters paired with bullpen that led the Bees to victory, but it was the bat of this guy in Dunwald who drove home both runs as he's quickly down 0-2 to Hoshaw. It'll be a big swing and a miss, so strikeouts have been a theme here for Dunwald this season as he's rung up on the K for his 23rd strikeout of the year. So that'll bring up Landon Akers. Akers 6 straight with a hit. Had 1 hit against Springfield, but has put together some really nice appearances at the plate. 274 on base for Akers this year. So it's a 1-0 O'Fallon. Actually having a 287 batting average alongside a 370 on base for the Bellarmine product as he continues his hot way. 7 straight with a hit for him as he drives that ball into left field, and the Bees answer with a single and have 1 aboard with 1 out.
Akers has been swinging the bat really well, especially against left-handed pitching. So now we'll see first time Bee here at Community Field in Corey Boyer, and it'll be a tough lefty-lefty matchup. We'll see how he responds against the left-handed arm.
Boyette, 7 RBIs in his first 6 games of 2024, was with the team last season and had a 500 slugging in 28 games played as he drives this one up the middle, and that's a base hit. So Boyette wastes no time in his first hit at Community Field in 2024 on the first pitch he sees, and it's first and second with just 1 out, and brings up the cleanup hitter.
The Purdue commit showing no trouble with the left-hander Hoshaw, and he's a guy who just had no trouble hitting in his time in college at all. Average over 400, on-base percentage over 500. He can just hit at 16 home runs this year for Heartland Community College. So it's a guy that the normal Corn Belters are a little upset they didn't get, but the Bees are lucky to have, and they hope that he can bring in that go-ahead run here.
That'll bring up Merrick Matthews as he'll pop this first pitch. Powell quickly going to the party deck, but the wind that has been raining high will keep it out of play and make the count 0-1. Merrick Matthews so far with the Bees having 15 ribbies and 18 walks for a 390 on base. Matthews has one of the biggest hits of the year, a walk-off home run, and one of the 6 Bees wins. That was against Illinois Valley really early on as he's quickly down 0-1.
A second chance at life for him, though, and we'll see what he can do here with a bit of a shift on.
Hoshaw spikes an off-speed down the middle to make the count 0-2, and Matthews quickly down. So runners on first and second here. Akers and Boyette with hits. Akers 7 straight with a hit, and then Boyette with his first hit of 2024, second years with the Bees. Matthews swings and misses, and that'll be a strikeout here. So Hoshaw, we mentioned on the pregame show, really strong with the K, and the 2 guys he's got now have come via the K, but brings up a sneaky hitter here in the 5-hole with a new walk-up song in Cooper Donlin, the Hawaii Pacific junior, hitting the cover off the ball 17 straight games on base and leads his team in RBIs with 18 as he looks for more with first and second and 2 out. Hoshaw's first pitch. And that'll be worked down the middle for a strike. So coming out aggressive on these bats as Donlin, the lefty, trying to find a way to bring home some runs here as he leads his team in RBIs.
See if the new walk-up song cools him down a bit. But he's been a really good two-strike hitter, so he likes to work into counts. We'll see if he does that here.
And won't get the call from a new umpire this season in Tidrington to make the count 1-1. Liam Sample alongside Sam Egan. First game of July, first of the second half, too, at Community Field. The Bees began their first half with a victory. That came against the Alton River Dragons back in May. The 1-1 will be worked on the inside of the strike zone. The Bees' first loss of the season and of the first half came to this O'Fallon Hoots squad. Lost 3 straight in a trio of games that stretched to the end of May of early June. O'Fallon 4-0 against the Bees this season. On the outside, Hoshaw, nice location, and Donlin will just have to shake that one off. In 2s, 2 outs, 2 runners on base, and 2 hits. Bees also 2 errors here, so not sure if you like the number of but it's working all over the leaderboard, all over the scoreboard, excuse me. Hoshaw, one pitch from out of trouble on the outside, and will get the call. So Hoshaw strikes out the side, but gets 2 hits. Leaves both on base to keep this game 1-0 as we head to the top of the second. O'Fallon 1, Burlington 0 as they leave 2 on base to send us to the second inning.
Please report to the gate by the first base dugout. Here today's contestants for the Pilot Grove Savings Bank musical chairs. At this time, we would like to recognize the men and women in attendance who are currently serving or have served in the Army. Please stand and be recognized.
And welcome back to Community Field. Sam Egan alongside Liam Sample, and it is Military Appreciation Day here at Community Field as the festivities for 4th of July begin to get underway. And all military members and their families got into today's ball game for free if they showed military ID. So great promotion here for the Bees to really support our community members and our military members that are the true heroes in our community every day. Back here to the ball game, and it's the second inning. Just joining us, O'Fallon scored 1 in the first, and the Bees were not able to answer, leaving a couple guys on base. Noah Harbin, who was pitching to contact, had a couple errors in the first inning to start the ball game. Since then, his defense has backed him up well, and that first pitch misses well high, and it's 1-0.
Wanting to see Harbin, like you said, keep pitching to contact and attack the strike zone. Unlike his Maryville counterpart in Hoshaw, hasn't been too much of a strikeout pitcher this year.
That ball's lined in left field for a base hit, just well out of the reach. Hit too hard to get to Halloran, and for the second straight inning, leadoff guy gets aboard, but this time it's a base hit by Meyer.
Jack Meyer has the talent to get into Division I, and Lindenwood just haven't seen too much of him this season. Only his 3rd game as they're just recently joined the roster, but 3 games, 3 hits, so he's done hit per, and good average for him to start off his career as a hoop.
It's a first pitch strike from Harbin, facing a guy, Michael Long, who has struggled all season long and hoping to turn around here in the second half. This is his 12th game, and he's only hitting 136, and which will be his 45th at bat. So looking to turn it around here, and for the Bees, you're looking for a ground ball double play. And that's a beautiful slider from Harbin just to get a little bit of a sword there, and now it's 0-2.
Long, a Maryville product also, so 2 guys who likely have had a lot of ABs together in practice and now going to duke it out on a wooden bat stage.
You know, they're competing for bragging rights here as Harbin Tries to go 2 pitches high, long, does not chase, and runner originally looked like he was going to go there and decided against it at the last second, and probably a good decision. It was a great throw from Meyer back at first base to try and pick him off as he was heading back. Now 1-2 coming from Harbin, looking to get that slider put away pitch. Does not get on the outside as he went fastball. We'll see if he goes fastball one more time or goes to that slider that produced an ugly swing on 0-1. Guy who have teammates at the college level competing for bragging rights. 0-2, that ball's lined up the middle. Base hit for Michael Long. First 2 aboard, back-to-back innings for the Hoots. This time it's both by the base hits, so they're seeing the ball really well in the first inning, and we're just hitting it on the ground, but hitting it on the line here to start the second inning, and Harbin in a jam once again.
O'Fallon has scored over 15 runs against the Burlington Bees twice this season, and quickly continuing their very efficient hitting ways against the Bees here in the second half. Already 3 hits, 2 of which have come in the last 2 at-bats, and Harbin trying to make his way through a Missouri-ridden order.
First pitch on the outside, called for a strike. A nice frame there from Meyer. So if you're Harbin, after allowing an unearned run in the first, you want to just buckle down and hope you can get out of this with a 0 or maybe 1, and hope your offense can back you up. Just try to get a ball on the ground and do what you did last inning, get a double play, and be 1 out away from getting out of this inning.
Now he is 1 out, or 1 pitch away from getting his first out of the inning, and Cade Wood. It's only 6 RBIs in 18 games, so hasn't been a guy who has hit the ball well with runners in scoring position. And now Harbin trying to put him away, up 0-2.
Guy's typically been in the leadoff hole for this O'Fallon team, a 288 average. 0-2 coming from Harbin. Slider on the outside that's fouled off, and we'll do the offering one more time.
I like Harbin's ability, Sam, to attack the outside of the strike zone on a righty bat and Wood, and he's getting him to chase at these pitches. I believe that's 3 straight fouled off directly to the right side, almost getting him to drop lower on one knee and drive it to the opposite field to foul territory.
This is a sneaky guy in the 8th spot. We'll see if Harbin can put him away. 0-2. Pitch on the outside, cannot get the call that he got earlier to start the at-bat, and now will be 1-2 on a very tough hitter in Wood.
And for the Bees, they only traveled with 2 catchers on that road trip. So Christian Dunn and then the guy behind the plate and Nick Meyer getting a ton of minutes over this road trip. And you can see the frame job from Meyer, nearly got it. Strikeout.
1-2. Runner looked like he's on the run. Now he's going to go to third, and no throw from Meyer. Will likely be a pass ball. Counts now even 2-2. Double play still in order for Harbin. Runner at second was the only one to advance. Now you got to hope for a strikeout.
Just unlucky for Meyer because he blocked the ball, just didn't come up with it. And that lets the runner move over.
2-2 coming at skied in the air. Shallow outfield. Donlin charging in and will make the catch. Runner's going to tag. Testing the arm of Donlin. Throw will bounce in front of home plate and will score the run on a sac fly.
And for Harbin to get that out, you do score 1, but leave that runner on first. It's one of the more ideal situations in my opinion. So only 1 runner left on, that time on first. You have 1 out with a double play in order and just trying to minimize the damage there. If you're going to give up the run, Sam, that's the best way to do it.
Mario Weaver, who they're really looking for to be a second leadoff guy, as I love to say, with the 9-hole hitter, 359 on base. He's also 9 for 9 in the stolen base attempts. So runner's on the move as ball just gets away from Meyer. It'll be a wild pitch from Harbin trying to attack the outside, went too far outside away from the glove of Meyer. And now runner's in scoring position and the double play is out of order.
So both of these have been scored as wild pitches so far, and that one truly felt more wild than the first one as it just got completely away from Meyer. Not really a chance for him to block that pitch.
Now 1-0 coming to Weaver. Pop-up, that'll be foul. Fan trying to make a play on it. It'll drop just shy of his hand. So that'll be a 1-1 to Weaver. Weaver playing center field today. Takes a 1-1 low from Harbin. It's 2-1. So Harbin did a good job of hammering the zone in the first inning, and I think just some hard contact may have rattled him a little bit. And he's been a little wild here in the last few at-bats.
Harbin, first time he's actually pitched against O'Fallon this year.
Ball's lined in the gap. That'll drop. Weaver rounding first, heading for second. Runner rounding third, heading for the plate. And that'll be no play as Long scores, and that'll be the second run of the inning for the Hoots.
Nice work from O'Fallon here, their bottom of the order, and hitting the Bees hard. That's 2 singles paired alongside a double and a sac fly. They had contact on every out of the first inning, and this time just putting in spots where the Bees defense can't go out and get it. And now quickly 3-0 for O'Fallon, who's running away with this one a bit.
I bring up Tyler Richards, the pitching coach, and just trying to settle down the starter of this Bees team who needs any length they can get. They had the off day yesterday, but you don't want to burn through arms after already having an off day. You want your guys to be as fresh as they can to start the second half, and not a good start for the Bees here, but this is a Bees team who showed that they can hit this starter in Hoshaw, so you got to hope your offense can back you up, and you got to hope if you're Harbin, you can just get through this lineup the second time through the order. It's only going to get tougher. Hope you can get through this with a 0.
Weather continuing to loom. Also, Sam, it continues to get darker, so you might run out of innings if you're the Burlington Bees. You cannot afford to give up a lot of runs here early. And for the Bees, a team with the 17th worst ERA, or the 7.81 ERA this season, it really hasn't been the starters. As I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, the only starter the last time through the rotation to not go more than four or more innings was this guy, Noah Harbin. So he's going to try to bounce back in the start, try to bounce back on his last start where he only went for 2.1 innings of work, and nobody up in the Bees bullpen. It's Coach Oreskovich and Tyler Richards who want him to get out of this jam.
See if he's able to do it after firing a first pitch strike. There's one unearned run here in the first inning, and both his runs in the second have been earned to Harbin. So early 3-0 lead here for the Hoots to start the second half. See if they can build upon that here. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the second. Harbin's pitch is lined in the right field and will be foul to make it 1-2 towards the Hoot bullpen.
Stevens reached on the E5, but Harbin has not seen this team so far this year. He's pitching at Normal, Cape, Illinois Valley, and 2 times, and then today being another start for him, so a new foe, and they're hitting him hard too.
As he strikes him out, looking leadoff guy, and Stevens is frozen by a pitch on the outside by Harbin. So a good bounce pad pitch and a good mound visit there, from Tyler Richards, and we'll see if he can continue that focus for one more batter and a tough one in Zenner, who hit the ball really well to Halloran, hit it hard, and Halloran was right there, had a chance to get the double play, and just could not get the ball out of his glove and reached on an error.
I really like seeing Harbin, sorry to cut you off, Sam, there, now using that off-speed a little more confidently since Richards came out there. I'm not sure if that was the theme of the discussion, but was able to ring Stevens out on the off-speed for the backwards K and then starts it off to get 0-1 on Zenner.
See if he continues to go with the off-speed. Went with it on backdoor. Fastball on the outside. Grounded second base. Akers makes the throw to Matthews, and that's out number 3. So leave a runner stranded in scoring position, but 2 are plated across for the Hoots, and we'll see if the Bees can get to the starter Hoshaw for the second time this season. 3-0 Hoots heading bottom 2.
Bring it to the souvenir stand to claim your prize. At this time, we'd like to recognize the men and women in attendance who are currently serving or who have served in the Navy. Please stand and be recognized.
And welcome back to Community Field. Sam Egan alongside Liam Sample. Hackwork out for his second inning of work. So he allowed 6 runs against the Bees on 10 hits and only 3 2/3 in his last start here in Burlington on June 18th. Start before that allowed 5 runs, all of them earned against the Thrillville Thrillbillies. But then after that, his last start that he's pitching, 5 innings pitching, only 1 hit, no runs allowed. So he's pitching really well as that ball's lined right back to him on the mound by Lindquist. And he's able to make the play for out number 1, but now the concern is his health on the mound as that one went right back to him, and he was just somehow able to make that play. That was phenomenal stuff there in the mound there from Hackworth.
Yeah, so Hoshaw hit somewhere in the upper body on that ball that was crushed from Lindquist right up the middle. The head coach for O'Fallon and Matt Brown alongside the trainer quick to go out. And Hoshaw going to test out a few pitches with his infield in sight alongside the athletic trainer. So we'll see if he will be okay for Hoshaw.
Hoshaw appears to be okay in his warm-up pitches, and that's very scary, but that's also very unfortunate for Jackson Lindquist, who hit that ball extremely hard. And more times than not, you hit a ball hard right up the middle, that should be a base hit, and that's what you need for your leadoff hitter. Unfortunately for Lindquist, just got an unlucky ricochet off the pitcher in Hoshaw, and that's out number 1, and what is just a really tough competitive play by the guy on the mound in Hoshaw.
Yeah, that is one of the stranger 1-3s you can write down in the score sheet, as it just deflected off of Hoshaw. I mean, take it for your team for sure. Glad to see he's okay and able to remain in this game.
I think that ball maybe scraped off his glove, which might have saved him from any further injury, as Meyer, who's been one of the hottest Bees at the plate this season, takes the second pitch, makes it 1-1. He's reached base in 13 straight ball games, and we've mentioned he has a great discipline for the plate. Really won't swing until it's 1-2 unless he gets a pitch he absolutely loves, and didn't get the pitch that he loved right there. Now behind 1-2, we'll see what he does having to swing the bat. Takes high, it's 2-2, so that high strike has worked for Hoshaw all game. He's just gone high fastball and has gotten Bees to chase, and Meyer, who's been one of the more disciplined Bees all season long, does not chase there, and we'll see if Hoshaw has a different put-away pitch here on 2-2. The 2-2 offering to Meyer somehow fouls it off, and I don't know if that got the catcher back there, but we'll take a moment, and I think everyone's okay.
Yeah, a lot of contact here as Briggs may have been struck. Loving the location from Hoshaw. Not a velocity guy, but just picks his spots really, really well. And it's gotten a lot of strikeouts from the Bees. Got 3 in the first inning and 1 pitch away from doing it to Meyer here.
Meyer lines one down the right field line, foul, and right into the netting towards the party deck. And that could have been dangerous otherwise, but good piece there from Meyer on 2-2. So you feel like he's seeing the ball really well out of Hoshaw's hands. We'll see if he can produce that into a hit on 2-2. Swinging away, that's a slow roller to third base. Throw over to first is dropped by the first baseman in long. And Meyer will catch a break and boost that on-base percentage.
Yeah, it wasn't an errant throw from Meyer. Different Meyer at third base there. Just got away from Long, and the stats reflect that as it'll go down as an E1. So 3 errors total between both these teams early and a bit of a scrappy defensive effort. But the Bees get 1 aboard. Second straight inning with a runner, and now just trying to cash him in will be in the hands of the 8 and 9 hitter.
I think that's going to be scored to E3, not E1. May have been a mistake on the scoreboard up there.
Oh,
as that ball's lined by Boston Haller into left field. Diving effort and making the catch is Stevens in left field, for out number 2. A great swing there from Boston Haller. We've seen him run into some bad luck a lot this season. Once again, just a great play from Stevens to take what would have been extra bases away from Haller and a possible RBI.
Yeah, it was Hackworth who made that catch. What a run. He just got a good jump on a well-struck ball and then allowed him to slide down and make it an unbelievable display of the hand-eye.
This brings up Jackson Rooker, the third baseman here. He made probably the play of the year for the Bees, defensively diving into the left field bleachers just past the Bees dugout, looking for a big swing from him. Now down the third base line as he's quickly behind 0-2. Bees
So for
were
go ahead, sorry.
Bees are already down 3-0 here, and they're looking for Rooker to put a big swing of the bat here. Guy who's produced the on-base percentage, but has run into some bad luck at the plate when he's put some swings on the ball. But looking for him to produce a little bit more on the average category here in the second half. He's got some speed to him as well. Bunt candidate, but will not do it here on 2 strikes. Linesman down the right field line and just foul, nearly clipping Coach Casey Sully down the line.
And for Rooker, does have 3 RBIs in his 3 hits, like you said. A guy looking to produce a little more in the second half for Rooker. We'll see if he's able to do it here. It'd be a good place to start it up.
Takes a pitch there and counts all of a sudden even. So, Rooker, very disciplined hitter, has 11 walks on the year, but we mentioned strikeouts for so many Bees. Rooker as well has struggled with it with 16 of them on the year. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with a runner on first. The pitch from Hoshaw on the outside, and that one narrowly misses. So from 0-2 to 3-2, a great at-bat here from Rooker, and needs to just find his way aboard to bring up the top of the lineup. And Cedric Dunwald, who has been swinging the hottest bat for the Bees on that road trip, and been driving some more runs. Runner on the move, 3-2 from Rooker is fouled off, and we will do the payoff pitch one more time.
Good at bat from Rooker. Not a lot of batters early on in the order have been able to get to the 3-2 territory just due to the aggressive nature of Hoshaw. Really attacks the strike zone and forces contact. So, spot nobody's seen him in. Let's see if he's able to capitalize.
Rooker takes a close pitch for ball 4, and a tremendous at bat from him to work from 0-2 to a walk there. And now it brings up all of a sudden the tying run in Cedric Dunwald.
Yeah, just a pitch that looks like it clipped the top of the strike zone. A really nice take from Rooker, and he did it with confidence, sold the whole thing, and able to draw a walk, the first walk for the game from either side.
So the Bees, who have ran into some bad luck here. A couple line outs here that could have gone either way. 2 outs here brings up Cedric Dunwald with 2 on, and a little bit of a more unconventional style error and a walk, but the Bees are looking to take advantage of the mistakes that the Hoots have made. Cedric Dunwald looking to do it here. Had all 3 of the Bees' RBIs in that win against Springfield on Sunday. It's a 3-0 win. Now looking for the leadoff guy to continue to produce as he has in the last week or so. Dunwald takes a close pitch on 0-1. One he thought was low, but will not go to his benefit. And quickly behind 0-2 is Dunwald, who struck out in 3 pitches in his first at-bat. And danger of doing so again here, and we'll see if he continues to be aggressive at the plate. 0-2 coming from Hoshaw to Dunwald. Dunwald is aggressive, swinging away 0-2, skied into your right side. First baseman ranging on it long, making the catch for out number 3. So the Bees leave more runners stranded. They leave 2 stranded in that inning, and O'Fallon keeps their lead at 3-0, heading top 3.
Melissa, you're tonight's winner of the Paddle Wheel Lounge seat upgrade. Congratulations, and please head to your new seats on top of the first base dugout. It's now time for the Pilot Grove Savings Bank musical chairs. Let's send it down to Rachel on the field with our 3 contestants.
Hey everyone, tonight we have Nicole, Bladen, and Keaton, and they're going to be playing musical chairs. They are siblings, so we got a little bit of a rivalry going. Are you 3 ready? Are you sure? Alright. I want to see a little more enthusiasm from you guys. Come on. I want to see a little more enthusiasm from the Bees fans. Come on, guys. There we go. Oh. Big bro said get out of here. Okay. Alright, we got these 2 left. Are you ready? Let's see if he's tricky to his baby sister. So much love for her. Yeah, he's a lot nicer to her than he was the other one. Alright, Nicole, you win a piggy bank and a water bottle. Congrats! Most importantly though, let's go Bees!
More fans continue to pile in for Military Appreciation Night through 2 innings in 40 minutes, and the clock is going to be a huge factor for tonight's game that was forced to start an hour early, and that makes sense when you look at the weather forecast. It is particularly nasty with the rain set to begin likely at 8 p.m., and that's strong storms with a tornado warning in effect. Top of the third, O'Fallon leading 3-0 as Harbin's first pitch will be popped up to the right side. Matthews will call for it and make the catch for the first out. That was Baden Hackworth. Hackworth made that unbelievable defensive play on the sliding catch in the last inning for the second out, and then pops out for he's second at bat of the play. He's now, or second at bat of the game, now 0 for 2, grounding a double play his first time.
1 pitch, 1 out, and that is huge for Harbin. And he needs to keep that up here in this third inning to get a quick inning and hopefully get his team back in the dugout with a 0, and hopefully the offense not leave any more runners stranded and hopefully not this ball game up and force Harbin to get a decision that he's in favor of.
Bryson Lofton delivered a momentum-killing blow for the Bees as he pops this pitch up on the left side. It's going to be in no man's land and drop in for a base hit. So Lofton, an RBI single following a double play the last time, and then delivers a single into a spot that nobody can get in shallow left field. 1 aboard with 1 out in the top of the third.
Sometimes you have to be lucky to be good, and that is the case there for Lofton. Just didn't really put a good swing on the ball, but fortunately for him, hit it to where nobody was on the field and just hitting it the opposite way, fooling that Bees defense. And all of a sudden, he's reached base for the second time this ball came, both by via the way of the single.
So Lofton, with 25 RBIs, reached the quarter-century mark the first time he was up, and now the ball grounded to third. Nice play, Rooker. Throw to second in time. Throw to first. Will be not in time, so the lead runner out on a good play from Rooker as it was Will Briggs who grounded into the 5-4. Runner still on first with 2 outs and a quick moving inning here. Runner still on first, 1 hit, 2 outs, and it'll bring up Jack Meyer, who singled to start that second inning rally, and Harbin looking for a big bounce back third.
That was a tough play there from Rooker. Had to pick it out of the ground, and this infield has been producing some unfavorable hot for the infielders throughout this last week or so, so good to see him make that play.
As this one ground up the middle, backhand play Akers, long throw to first, and that'll be wild, just off of first base, so a highlight reel level snag from Akers, but not able to finish as it'll be ruled for a hit. Meyer now 2 for 2 with 2 singles and brings up Michael Long, who also singled his last time up.
Singled, then later scored was Long, so although he had the error, he came up in a big way last inning and looking to make up for that error even more with another RBI here, and we'll see if he can do so.
So it's Lofton on second, Briggs on second, who reached on a fielder's choice. And then Lofton on first, or Meyer on first, after his last single. As the first pitch will be called for a ball down low from Harbin. So this time getting the contact like he has every inning, but this 2 of which have gone to Bees fielders in time for outs. 6 hits already from O'Fallon through 2 2/3 inning. The 1-0 from Harbin will be on the outside count. We'll move to 1-0. Michael Long, 4 RBIs this year, also attends Maryville and trying to get to the 5 RBI mark against his collegiate teammate.
Beat him the first time in a 136 average all year, but maybe hits better against guys he's so familiar with in Harbin.
He drives this ball to shallow right field. Akers will backtrack and make the play for the third out. A very quick moving inning. A lot just happened there, Sam. 2 hits, no runs, 2 left on base, and no errors. As Harbin, with his first shutout inning, will send us to the bottom of the third, and we'll see if the Bees offense can get going in the threat of rain here at Community Field.
We'd like to recognize the men and women in attendance who are currently serving or have served in the Marines. Please stand and be recognized.
Bees fans, experience the power and excitement of live events with TicketSmarter. You can find seats to more than 125,000 live events, ranging from sports to concerts and theater shows on Ticketsmarter.com. TicketSmarter is proud to be the official ticket resale marketplace partner of the Burlington Bees, providing a safe and secure way to buy and sell tickets to your favorite events. The next time you need tickets, think smarter, think TicketSmarter. It's the Battle of Maryville at Community Field, and that extends into the third inning. Ryan Hoshaw, who took a ball off the upper body, sent out for his third inning of work, and will go against a part of the order that actually hit Hoshaw really well. Akers won for him with a single, followed by Boyette, who also had a single in his first at-bat of Community Field of 2024. First pitch from Akers, grounded up the left side, and that'll get away from the third baseman in Myers. Akers now rounds first, will make his way to second, throw to second. Will be not in time, it looks like, on the late call from James Cottrell. So the Bees have struggled with umpiring all season, and this time goes the way of their call as Akers reaching up on a hit here to start off the inning.
Is that being scored as a double?
We're going to see here in a second. I'm not sure, as it was a mishandled ball from Meyer, so it either could be hit paired alongside with air or a double, but either way it'll bring up Corey Boyette. An unbelievable start to 2024 for the Heartland Community College product, as he has 7 RBIs in his first 6 games. Did not have a hit against Springfield, a bit of a dud of a performance for him. Already has a hit here as he swings at his first pitch to make the count 0-1 with Akers at second base.
Guy's still looking for his first B home run. He had 14 of them at the college level. Most of them coming against right-handed pitchers, but we'll see if he has that left-handed against left-handed power.
Heartland, a renowned NJCAA program, and one player that's decorated in Boyette was first team Region 24 honors as a freshman. It is statted as a double, so Akers with the first extra base hit of the game for the Burlington Bees. And now a 1-1 count on the Heartland product. Boyette will pop this one in a shallow short. Nice play from Wood, so it'll be a pop out on a blooper to Wood as Boyette down for the first out of the bottom of the third. The Bees struggling with stranding runners on base, have already done so to 4, and it'll bring up Merrick Matthews, a guy who has hit the ball well in scoring situations, 15 ribbies on the year.
So this is an area where the Bees have struggled all year. Mentioned you got to score at least one here. But going back to that bat for Akers, I was curious to see why the third baseman was playing so far in to Akers. He's the guy, as you mentioned, all year long. He's the guy who hits the ball the hardest on the team. So I was curious as to why the third baseman was playing so far in on Akers, but it played to the Bees' benefit and turned in one of the shortest doubles of Akers' career.
Matthews, 15 RBIs. Donlin, the RBI leader on deck. 1-0 will go on the inside. I also have to give a shout out to Akers for avoiding that tag at second base. Not really sure how he got away from that tag, but Cottrell was right there to overlook the second base and saw in his eyes Akers able to reach safely. 3-0 game. Bees threatening for the third straight inning. Hoshaw done some of his best pitching out of the stretch. The 2-0 on the inside, and that'll move to a ball for 3-0. So Hoshaw, who has been a location demon to start this game off, now struggling with location, and Akers will just take off for a free base here. So catch Hoshaw sleeping at the wheel, and what an unconventional way to move from base to base for him as he does it successfully there.
Oh, great play there from Akers. Smart base runner. Took that extra base at second base. Right there reading that. Hoshaw wasn't looking. The entire infield was just looking down. I don't know what they were looking for, and Akers just taking the free 90.
Pitch on the outside from Merrick Matthews will make it 3-1. So Akers registering a stolen base already on an unconventional double. And I would argue that might have been a more unconventional stolen base. Matthews now swings, and that'll get through for a base hit. RBI number 16 for Merrick Matthews, and the score 3-1 as he delivers and brings home Akers to cut the deficit down to 2.
I love that plate approach from Merrick Matthews right there. He's got into a 3-0 advantage and took that 3-0 pitch automatically, waiting for his pitch and knowing he's still in a 3-1 count, was still going to get a fastball, back-to-back plate appearances, and saw the fastball the second time, and he did not miss it right up the middle, and the Bees have their first run of the ball game, looking to do more with the tying run at the plate.
So Cooper Donlin, the tying run, just about the exact guy you want up in a tying run situation. 17 straight games reaching on base, entering this one 1 hit away from 30 on the season, and an average in the 390s. He'll pop this one up into shallow left field. A long run, and a ball will get away from the left fielder in Hackworth. Make that 18 straight games reaching for Cooper Donlin. We'll wait to see if it's a hit or an error, but either way, it keeps his really, really impressive streak alive. And first and second with 1 out aboard.
A little bit of a hometown bounce there for Coop as he gets yet another hit to boost that average, to over 400. So what Donlin has been doing all year has been incredible, and he could credit that to his Hawaii Pacific teammate Kota Suzuki, who helped him with this new batting stance, and it's been working wonders for him here this summer. Now the go-ahead run at the plate in Jackson Lindquist in a big spot here where the Bees cannot leave any more runners stranded.
Hit number 30 on the year for Cooper Donlin will bring up Jackson Lindquist, an All-American at Rock Valley College, as he'll line this pitch into center field. A slide and a phenomenal catch from the center fielder in Mari Weaver. Wow, as this outfield came ready to play for O'Fallon. Another sliding catch, and Mari Weaver delivers an unbelievably clutch second out.
And what a play that was. If he doesn't get there, a risky dive there. Not only does that score Matthews, but it likely scored Donlin with his speed and tie this ball game up. So what an incredible dive there from Weaver to get to that play. We've seen some spectacular defensive web gems here in the Hoots outfield. We'll see if they can continue flying the baseballs.
Mari Weaver, Jackson Lindquist now has hit 2 balls incredibly hard. Both have been for outs. His first one, a 1-3 that bounced off of Hoshaw's upper body, and the second one had hit level contact but ended up in the glove of a diving Mari Weaver. Now Nick Meyer up with first and second, and down in an 0-1 count. Meyer will strike this one up the right side, fielded cleanly at second by Stevens, and the throw to first will be in time. So the Bees do get 1. So 1 run on 3 hits from them, 2 left on base and no errors. So an inning that felt like it could have been more for Burlington, but they do get on the board and will send us to the 4th. 2 innings away from making this game official. 3-1 with Thunder looming. The Bees got to keep moving, and it's going to be up to Hardman to try to hold it in place when we return.
And welcome back to Community Field. Here's one more look at that Merrick Matthews base hit that made this a 2-run ball game, and it was also that tying run that came to the plate. It seemed like the Bees they had a chance of just digging that deficit, but continuing to leave runners on base and in scoring position. So a ball game that could be drastically different for this Bees team. Instead, they are down 2 runs, and it's been a O'Fallon lineup who did not score for the first time their last time through, and Hardman maybe pitching better a second time through the lineup, and we'll see if he can continue that trend here as he's got the bottom of the order with Wood, Weaver, and Stevens.
As the bottom of the order that did really good hitting against O'Fallon, or against the Bees last time up. So Hardman just trying to keep it going after a really important shutout inning. But you're absolutely right. 6 runners left on base through 3 innings for the Bees. But for O'Fallon, Sam, they also have 4 left on base too. So a game that really could be different on either side, and everybody's left at least 1 on base in each inning.
Big swing and a miss there from Woods. So it's a matter of if your starter can get out of a jam they create, and so far it's been Hackworth who's been able to clean up his own mess, and we'll see if Harbin's able to do that here through the last few innings of his outing. Wood quickly ahead here, 2-1 in the count. Guy's typically been their leadoff guy here, batting in the 8th spot here today, but electric stuff and great speed as he drives one in the right field. Donlin racing back at the track and making the catch for out number 1. Cooper Donlin having to race all the way to the wall there, but making that tough play on a hard hit ball from Wood to the opposite way, and that's still just out number 1.
Good note on Weaver or on Wood. He's now hit 2 balls well within the outfield. The sac fly last time he was up. So testing this Bees outfield here for a guy who's made good contact either time. One that's got to keep an eye out for if this game continues to go maybe through a 3rd or 4th time through the order, Sam.
And here's the reason why this ball game is why it is where it stands, as he skies one into right field. Donlin getting some heavy action for out number 2. But before I got to finish, there's Maury Weaver swinging away at the first pitch as he did in his last at-bat. He hit that double that drove in both runs, which is right now the go-ahead runs in this ball game, and also made that diving catch in the bottom half of the 3rd inning that saved the tying run from scoring. So Maury Weaver, the 9-hole hitter, is having a tremendous ball game, but Harbin gets him quickly away and gets through the first 2 hitters in the bottom of this lineup here rather quickly. So now having to face the top lineup for this 3rd time. May have gotten squeezed on that first pitch, so now has to work quickly here on a 1-0. Misses on the outside, and it's now 2-0. Very fast-paced inning here, which is what both teams need with the impending rain coming soon. Of course, start time was pushed ahead an hour because of the rain coming. 2-0 from Harbin on the outside, misses quickly behind 3-0. So Stevens, who is technically 0 for 2 on this ball game, reached on an error and struck out looking in the 2nd inning. So looking for some better production here as he takes a slider, an automatic take there, and 3-0 it's called for a strike. So an interesting choice there from Harbin to go with the 3-0 slider, but fools the hitter there on 3-0, and now messes with his timing on a 3-1 offering, a fastball that's grounded to the 3rd baseman Rooker, thrown over to Matthews for out number 3. A 1-2-3 inning from Harbin, really starting to pick up where he left off in his last outing and figure his stuff out later on in the ball game. So giving his skipper some more length after what was a troublesome first few innings. We'll see if his offense can continue to back him up. 3-1 heading, bottom 4. And welcome back to Community Field. A quick top half of the inning, and Hackworth out for his 4th inning work between the Battle of Maryville Saints. Weather is getting darker and darker at Community Field, and we are looking to see how long we're able to continue this ball game. A couple righties for this Bees lineup to start off. It'll be the bottom of this lineup exactly how the Hoots had it in the bottom, or the top half of the 4th, it'll be 8-9-1, similarly for the Bees. Halloran, the leadoff guy, he hit the ball extremely well, and it was one of the 2 diving catches that we saw. It was Stevens making the catch in left field that took a hit away from Halloran. Halloran slugging away on that first pitch, misses a high fastball, just narrowly clips it back, and now it's 0-1. Halloran, who sees the ball really well against left-handed pitchers, takes a pitch well high right at his face level, but it's 1-1. Hackworth holding, delivering to Halloran. Lines one down the right field line and fouled away. So Halloran is seeing the ball really well this entire ball game, especially this at bat. Has made some pretty solid contact on both foul balls, and although he's behind 1-2, you feel like he's been really winning this at bat. 1-2 coming to Halloran. Skies one in the air. Might be in the Bermuda Triangle. Going to be a tough play between second and center field, and that ball is dropped by Weaver. Weaver, who's had a stellar game defensively so far, had a tough play, had to make the run, and by the time he was able to get to the ball, it just dropped. So that'll go down as an error for Weaver and the Bees, who have played to the benefit of some defensive woes to the Hoots. They've also made up for their defensive woes, and we'll see if that can transpire once again in this inning. But the Bees have the leadoff guy on, and the tying run at the plate, it's Jackson Rooker, who walked in his last plate appearance, and he's really starting to look to hit the ball and look to that opposite way, hit it to right field.
It's not pretty, but it gets it done. And now both teams having 2 errors apiece. And when you get to the second half of the season, and with as little roster changes as both these teams have had, you don't expect to have an error-riddled game through this extended point of the year. So a bit strange, 2 errors apiece, and both teams benefiting from it. And the Bees can further benefit if they're able to bring it home. And it'll be up to Rooker. Had that really nice at-bat the last time up. His first walk of, or the only walk of the game so far, excuse me.
Hoshaw checking on the runner, and Halloran delivers an 0-1, a high pitch to Rooker, and Rooker chasing away, making it 0-2. A close pitch for Rooker, a guy who's seeing the plate pretty well here. Walked in his first plate appearance, an on-base percentage that is over 300, but looking to raise that batting average here just a bit more. It's at 100 right now, so the second time they'll look at Halloran, the former high school quarterback, but no damage done. Halloran just able to get back without a slide, and now it's Rooker coming up in a tough 0-2 hole. We'll see if he can just put the ball in play here. Hoshaw gets the right-hander Rooker. 0-2 coming. Just fouls one over the netting, and it'll roll into the seats.
So for O'Fallon, they walked Rooker last time. It's a team that doesn't really walk a lot of batters. Walked 120 total batters in 231 innings in the first half. You compare that to the Bees, who walked 174 in 242 innings. So an uncharacteristic walk, and Rooker, I'm sure, would love the same result here. It's going to be hard to get it down 0-2.
He went from 0-2 to a walk in his last plate appearance here after fouling a couple pitches off, and fouled a pitch off there. Now 1-2 after an uncompetitive pitch from Hoshaw, and Rooker, who saw pretty much everything Hoshaw had in that last at-bat. We'll see if he has any adjustments here in a 2-strike count. 1-2 coming. Quick pitch. That ball's grounded third. Going to be a tough play. Will not get the runner at second. Throw over is just in time to get Rooker. Tough throw over to the first baseman, and able to make the play is Meyer. That's out number 1, but a runner in scoring position for the Bees, which you feel like they absolutely need in this situation.
Really nice play at third to backhand that ball, playing in, and then get the gun on the sidearm throw from Meyer. So it's a big first out. And after that defensive woe that allowed Halloran to reach and now get on second, that's a big bounce back place from one third baseman to another.
So now brings up Cedric Dunwald, who had a phenomenal game in his last time out, but quickly 0 for 2 in the leadoff spot for the first time here. He skies one into right field, ranging on it, and making the catch is Stevens for out number 2. Excuse me, that's Zenner. Tough throw. Did he make the play? He got him! What a throw from Henry Zenner out in right field, and somehow able to get the tagging Halloran. Unbelievable throw, and a defensive clinic from this O'Fallon outfield continues.
All right, Bees fans, it's time for our Happy Joe's Build a Joe, Win a Joe contest. Fans, look down at first base where Rachel and Emily are with our contestants.
Hey everyone, tonight we have Camden and Sammy, and they are going to be playing the Happy Joe's Build a Joe, Win a Joe. These two are going to be playing a game sort of like tug of war to put the toppings on the pizza. Whoever puts toppings on the pizza first wins. Alright, are you two boys ready? Alright, on your mark, get set, go. Oh, we got one down. The young one might be winning. And we have a winner. Sammy is the winner. He took down, Sammy has just turned 7 years old. for him. Sammy, you win a coupon. What kind of pizza are you going to get?
Cheese.
Great option. All right, everyone, on three, let's say it. 1, 2, 3, let's go Bees!
Will Aiden and Easton please report to the gate via the first base dugout? Your tonight's contestants in the Lips to Go Chicken Lip Race. Aiden and Easton, please report to the gate via the first base dugout.
A quick moving start with impending rain in the first full inning with no runners left on plays, capped off by a 9-5 double play on an absolute gun from Zenner. What a play in right. A day that's had 4 errors, but also has had a slew of really nice defensive plays. Halloran had an unbelievable start to a double play back in the first inning, and then Zenner in the fourth guns a runner out all the way from right field to third base, and that sends us to the 5th inning where Harbin out. Some action in the Bees bullpen for the first time today, and the count to 2-0 to start off the inning on the guy who made that throw in Zenner.
What an incredible throw there from Zenner out in right field. That is just a momentum-changing play for the Hoots, and a team that's already ahead. It seemed like the Bees were starting to garner some momentum. Big run there, standing in scoring position, and just somehow able to get Halloran. Bees have the heart of the lineup coming up if they can get through this tough stretch.
Nice pitch to make the count 2-2. Still a 3-1 game. Hits are 6-5. It's been a close game with a lot of runners left on base. 6 for the Bees, 4 for the Hoots. And those 2-runner differential are the ones that are on the scoreboard making a difference. Harbin had only went a little over 2 innings last time he pitched, and he's out for his 5th inning here at Community Field. Harbin did go for 5 last time he pitched at Community Field. Went for 4, and that was against the Corn Belters. Had to leave that game early due to taking a ball off the ankle. And now the 2-2 draws a big swing and a miss. So after that great play from Zenner to get the out at third, Harbin shows him his best stuff and gets him out on a K.
So after Zenner showed off his arm strength, Harbin doing the exact same in that at-bat right there and able to punch him out for the first time in this ball game, and a huge strikeout for the Bees nonetheless.
Ball struck on the first pitch. The next batter is Baden Hackworth. So Zenner reached on an error, but out the 2 times since. Hackworth out on a pop-out and a double play. As the 0-1 will be swung on, broken bat. We grounded to short, Halloran Fields, throw to first, and that'll be in time. Not sure if it was broken back officially. It sounded like it for sure. Either way, Hackworth out for the 3rd time today, and Lofton comes up. And this is where the order has really done some damage for the O'Fallon Hoots. Lofton, the only person in the top 4 of the order to have hits, has an RBI single his first time up, and then a single last time he was up. So this is one guy that's had Harbin's number and comes up in a big situation with 2 outs. First pitch on the outside, called strike.
And it's been interesting for Harbin. You see most guys, they have success against pitchers their 2nd or 3rd time seeing them because they've seen their stuff and know what they throw. But for Harbin, it's the opposite way around. He throws better when he sees guys more the 2nd and 3rd times through the order. And we'll see if that can continue to stay consistent with a tough bat in Lofton, who's had his number, like you said, all evening long.
25 RBIs, eclipsed his first time at the plate, followed that with a single. As a pitch on the inside will go from 0-1 to 2-1. Lofton attending Bryan College. It's an NAIA school out of Dayton, Tennessee. And now trying to hit a coaching staff filled with 3 NAIA coaches. And the count to 3-1. Community Field Day. Back to Community Field, after a 6-game road trip. The Bees ending a 12-game losing streak in their last game at Springfield. The 3-1 from Lofton will be grounded foul to make the count 3-2. Also the start on the second half. The Bees just trying to close the door. Harbin wears number 23. That's also the amount of losses the Bees had in the first half of the season, so trying to find any way to bounce back. And this could be a big win to do so, but they're running out of innings. The 3-2 swung on, will be fouled off, and as Lofton already having a great day at the plate, and he's continuing to drive together a nice at-bat.
And despite the 2 base hits, this has probably been his best at bat of the ball game, really making Harbin dig into this pitch count, which you've seen this O'Fallon team be very aggressive early on into at bats and swing within the first 2 or 3 pitches. So first time we've really seen a deep count as results in a walk.
And that'll be the first walk from Harbin, a pitcher or a team that struggled with walks in the early half of the season. I gave you the stat on the walk in the last inning, and Harbin was avoiding it all day, but has to confront something that has haunted this Bees pitching staff early on in the season. And brings up Will Briggs, grounded into a fielder's choice last time, was able to reach with the lead out at second, and then grounded out to short in the first inning. So really 0 for 2 in this game.
I don't hate the decision to walk him right there either. He's a guy who's been hitting the ball all day long, really, really hard. And brings up Briggs, as you mentioned, he hasn't been hitting the ball so hard. He's 0 for 2 in this ball game. So if you can sacrifice the walk to get an out instead of sacrificing a run, you'll take that. If you're Harbin, we'll see if you can get that here.
Harbin, attending Maryville University, actually pitched for one of the best teams in the Prospect League. So good, they decided to leave the Prospect League in the Quincy Gems last season. From Illinois, drives here every dime for his start. That's quite a bit of a drive, a little under an hour from Quincy, Illinois. Now the 0-2 from Harbin, trying to get the Bees out of a jam. The pitch, this will be a slow roller to third. Rooker charges, bare hands, throw! And that'll get away from Matthews and around Lofton to get to third. He's going to be sent home here as the throw all the way from the outfield will not even be attempted. Way late, blocked by Myers. So a messy sequence on a wild throw from Rooker allows to run to score, another to reach second, and the score now 4-1. And it looks like Harbin was one pitch away from going back-to-back-to-back shutout innings. An E5 allows one to score and another unearned run.
Another unearned run, as you mentioned. So 2 earned runs, 2 unearned runs for Harbin. And although I love the play there from Rooker, I don't love that decision. With runners seemingly already at first base by the time you throw that ball, we've seen it before. The only thing that can happen is bad things. With that big basket stop right past first base, let the runner go score it all the way from first. And a very costly run with, you mentioned your Bees are chasing outs and don't know how much time you got left to get this ball game in.
So 4-1 the score. Briggs already having a strange day, reaching on a fielder's choices last time and then able to reach this time on the E5. Lofton comes around to score his first run of the day. And now a 4-1 game, lead back up to 3. Harbin. Didn't think he would have to face this batter, but will have to now. In Meyer, and this is a guy who's hit him hard also. 2 singles in this game, and retiring him the first time would be huge for Harbin with arms up in the Bees bullpen. Harbin's longest start, 5 innings. Trying to match that as he draws the pop out to center field. Dunwald will trace and make the play for the third out. 1 run on no hits. Alongside 1 error with 1 left on base will make the score 4-1 as we head to the halfway point of this game. O'Fallon leading by 3 as the bottom of the 5th coming up when we return.
Sponsored by Anderson, Roberts, Porth, Wallace, Stewart, and Werner LLP. We'd like to welcome our groups tonight. We have 1 group on the Greystone Party Pavilion. That would be OCI. Welcome to OCI. The Bees would also like to welcome all the military and veterans in attendance for tonight's game. We're so grateful to all the men and women in uniform and veterans for your service and all the families that support your loved ones serving. At this time, we would like to recognize the families of those currently serving or who have served. Thank you.
Helitech offers permanent solutions in waterproofing and foundation repair to heal your home symptoms. Heal your home with Helitech. Continued nice services for Military Appreciation Day. Sam, one after every inning. How have you enjoyed it so far?
It's been a really beautiful ceremony here at Community Field. Just great commemoration here for our veterans that have served our country. And we'll see how the Bees can continue to boost their offense as they've gotten some guys on, but only one run has been plated across, and a couple of unearned runs have been the difference for the Bees. So they need some of that luck to go their way. It's been a defensive clinic for the O'Fallon Hoops so far.
Sam, I know you like to throw the term cycle watch out there. Akers single and a double to lead off this game. It's the two hardest legs of a cycle to get. I'm not a big jinx guy. I know you enjoy throwing that term out there. This is one guy I think you would be valid to do so.
Capable of doing it in order to, if you gets that triple that you're looking for here, trying to get it into that right center field gap, but you just need a base runner here if you're the Bees with the heart of your lineup coming up here. Get it a run across, get that back at least one, and hopefully get one more.
5 errors already in this game, and the fielding errors have cost both these teams runs. So trying to play a much cleaner second half, I think, would be a good way to start for both teams.
Akers quickly behind. 0-2 is Hackworth. It just looks for a new baseball, and Akers, who fouled that ball off pretty hard, just trying to feed off that here, and we'll see what he does here, having to choke up in an 0-2 count. From Hackworth, not even close, and it makes it 1-2. So uncompetitive pitch like that gives you some confidence that you're seeing Hackworth really well, and he's scared to give you something that is dangerous of producing contact. We'll see what he does here on 1-2. Akers grounds up the middle, just out of the reach of Hackworth. Tough play for the shortstop and Wood, and he gets him by a step.
First time Akers has been out today, but nice play from Wood to make that throw on the run. I just talked about playing cleaner defense, and I'm not sure if O'Fallon heard me on the field. Wood must have. He made a nice play.
They've been stellar defensively. They have 2 errors, but have also saved a few runs with some absolutely tough plays in the defensive end. It'll bring up Boyer, who takes a first pitch ball. And for Boyer, who already has 1 hit in this ball game, you're looking for him to just find his way aboard. Hopefully produce an extra base hit here to put himself in a scoring position. 1-0 is taken away here, 2-0. So haven't seen control be too much of an issue here for the Hoots, as you mentioned last inning. And for the Bees here, they need maybe a little bit of that to go their way, and would not hate to see a walk here from your 3-hole hitter in Boyer. Head 2-0, looking for a fastball. Gets an off-speed pitch that just broke towards the bottom of the zone. A great pitch there on 2-0 from Hoshaw to totally fool Boyer.
Love the location from Hoshaw. It's just been his bread and butter and kept his pitch count rather low, allowing him to get to this 5th inning.
High fastball to follow it up, and although it may have missed the zone, Hoshaw's been doing a good job of just getting hitters to chase at that high fastball following the off-speed, and goes from 2-0 to 2-2, and need a big at-bat here from Boyer and a really tough arm in Hoshaw.
I don't know if these Maryville coaches are just coaching them to be better the second, third time through the order, but Hoshaw's picking up right where Harbin does with a strikeout there.
And he strikes him out looking there. So Boyer quickly 2 up and 2 down with the strikeout looking and the ground out. So an inning where the Bees needed to get that run back quickly. In danger of just going down 1-2-3, which is probably what you'd say worst case scenario for this team. 5 hits for the Bees, but only 1 run. Failing to drive in runs. And the Bees have been a little bit undisciplined here today, swinging at some pitches that potentially been out of the strike zone. Matthews with a good take there on 0-0. And now he's quickly ahead 2-0. So it was the same thing with Boyer. You saw him get ahead 2-0, get into a hitter's count, and we saw Hoshaw dial in an off-speed pitch that was hittable, but just unexpected. So we'll see if Matthews is up there looking for that slider on 2-0, and if he hangs it, potentially a chance to put some big damage in the ball. Lines it past the third baseman, fair ball. That'll be a single for Matthews, a really hard hit ball that Meyer had no chance for. It could be a chance for a 2-out rally for Cooper Donlin, who is one of the best hitters on this team and in the Prospect League overall.
And after that opening strikeout to leave 2 on base for Merrick Matthews, he's followed with RBI single and a single on a crushed ball up the left side. The Iowa Hawkeye continue to deliver for the Bees, and now a more untypical team name in the Sharks for Donlin. See if he's able to deliver.
See what can Donlin do here in his third at-bat, the left-handed twig. 1 for 2 in this ball game so far as he takes high 1-0. Jackson.
Unbelievable to me, Sam Donlin having to reach 17 straight games. Such an impressive statistic from him, and already has kept it going in this game up to 18.
It's just been unbelievable from Donlin so far, and just been diamond in the rough for this Bees team so far this season, and hoping the rest of the offense can build off his momentum. Quickly ahead 2-0 here, so Hoshaw has been doing a good job of getting ahead so far this ballgame. Last 3 hitters has fallen behind 2-0, and it's Jackson Lindquist on deck, who has been hitting the ball extremely well, just right at defenders. You'd love to bring him up to the plate with an RBI chance. Donlin takes inside 3-0, so you see Donlin get attacked inside plenty before and is just trying to avoid getting beamed once again and able to do so ahead 3-0. If you're Donlin, are you taking here?
I think you have to take here, Sam. In my opinion, at least. The extra base could go a long way and bring the tying run aboard. Won't matter anyway on a pitch like that.
Great point there. It will not matter. Donlin takes first with ease, and Hoshaw struggling with the left-handed bat in Donlin and brings up Jackson Lindquist. Had 10 home runs in his collegiate season, has 1 that came against Illinois Valley just 10 days ago. And Lindquist seems to be at his best when he hits the ball really hard and on a line, and that's what he's been doing so far. And he's ran into some bad luck here, and he's looking to turn that around and also turn around the luck of Bees stranding runners on base. Another runner standing in a scoring position, and the biggest at-bat for the Bees potentially coming up all game coming for Jackson Lindquist.
I like, actually, that decision to walk Donlin there for the Hoots, Sam. You know, a lot of teams have become aware of Donlin. We saw him get intentionally walked in the Bees' last homestand at Community Field. So to walk him there, put him aboard with already 2 outs, and face a guy you have gotten out twice today in Lindquist, I like this decision from the O'Fallon coaching staff and Matt Brown.
Third time through the order. Favorable matchup for the hitter Lindquist, who's hit the ball well both times. So the 2 deceptive outs. So no for 2 days. Lindquist lines one in the left field. Carrying! That baby will go off the wall. That'll be a double. 1 run is in Matthews. Donlin will have to hold at third. So Lindquist, we mentioned, hitting the ball well all day long and just missed tying this ball game at 4. But a huge hit, and the tying run is in scoring position.
Like you said, the contact from Lindquist has been superb today. What a struck ball, like you said, that could have been feet away. Either way, brings home a run, 2 in scoring position now, and Nick Meyer already has hit a go-ahead grand slam this season. The Bees don't need that much. They just need a ball in the outfield and a huge RBI opportunity, 1 that could tie the game.
Meyer's been seeing the ball really well. Reached on an error and ground out in his last plate appearance. Worked a full count, though. He takes the first pitch on the inside, called for a strike. So we see Meyer, who typically isn't too aggressive up until he gets to 2 strikes. And right now, he's just looking for his pitch to drive in the outfield. And like you mentioned, base hit will score 2 here with the speed of Lindquist standing at second base. Big opportunity for the Bees here that they cannot squander. 0-1 coming from Hoshaw to Meyer. And that pitch is a great stop by Briggs to not let that runner in Donlin score. Pitch in the dirt makes it 1-1 to Meyer. Meyer takes inside when he had to just narrowly get out of the way of, and it's 2-1. So Hoshaw has shown some troubles here his 3rd time through the order, especially in this 5th inning, having some control issues. We'll see if that carries over. 2-1 coming to Meyer. He takes low, a great take, just narrowly missing the zone for Hoshaw, which I'm sure he's questioning how that didn't clip the zone, as is his catcher Briggs. But hitters counting here for Meyer, and we'll see what he does here in a big opportunity. 3-1 to Meyer. Gets a fastball, lines it. Third baseman makes a tough play, throwing over to first, and gets him in time for out number 3. Bend don't break Ryan Hoshaw and keeps the O'Fallon lead at 2. So the Bees get 1 but they leave the tying run stranded in scoring position as we head to the top of the sixth. Bees just squandering their chances. 4-2, top six.
Hey guys, today we have Easton and Aiden, and they're going to be racing to see who wins a free Let's To Go kids meal. We got little legs, so this may take a little bit to get the starting spot. We do have a little bit of a height advantage, but are you two boys ready? On your mark, get set, go! Come on guys, I need to hear a little bit of enthusiasm. There we go, I like it over here, third base. Keep that bell ringing. I think we have the next Usain Bolt here, because he blew it out. Good job, boys. You have won a free kids meal, so let's go. Let's go, Bees!
Now pitching for Burlington, number 27, Michael Shaw.
So the 8th runners left on base in the last inning sent us to a pitching change. A very solid day in the office for Noah Harbin. His day finishes at 5 innings of work with 4 runs, only 2 of which are earned, 6 hits, and now that makes it 6 or 7 straight starts, Sam, with 4 more innings achieved by every Burlington starter. So with the bullpen woes continuing, it's good to see that the Bees have been trusting their starters to go length. And this time, it's going to be Michael Shaw who comes into this game. A Mount Mercy product, did not pitch there this season. A 9.31 ERA, has given up 10 earned runs and 9.2 innings of work. So the Mount Mercy products had some good outings, also has had some where he has struggled a bit, and now trying to keep this a 4-2 game. And now with this game being over 5 innings, Sam, it could be called hypothetically at any time, say rain were to come, but still holding off here in the hour early start, helping out in that. So the Bees really are on the clock to try to tie this one up, and it's Scholl to try to keep this game right where it is.
And right now, 2 unearned runs are the costly difference for the Bees here between a tie ball game and having potentially the lead, as right now they trail by 2, but have the bottom of the order to deal with. So if you're Shaw, you'd love to just get out of this 1-2-3 and bring the offense right back up.
It's 7-8-9 long. We'll start off the inning. First pitch will be called a strike on him. A single plus a pop out have quantified his day for Long. Another Maryville product won't get to go against his teammate. This will go against a NAIA product rather instead. Pitch will be popped up to the right side. Matthews will charge near the dugout. Takes off a bit of gas. Backhander, and it'll land out of play. Looked like it may have landed over the fence, so no play for Matthews, who gave it a good effort. Count to 0-2.
So if you're Shaw here, you just have to throw a good competitive pitch here on 0-2. Preferably throw that slider on the outside portion of the plate. That outside strike has been called all day, so extend the zone a little bit for Long and make him have to swing the bat.
The Bees have struggled when it comes to the bullpen. The 0-2, swing and a miss. What a way to open up your day for Michael Shaw. And what a way in the 6th inning.
Expanding that outside corner, as I mentioned, is Shaw. And behind 0-2, Long just had to swing away and swung and missed. So 1 batter, 1 strikeout here for Shaw to start off. And with the bottom of the order, as we mentioned, at the plate here, this is a part of the lineup with all right-handers Shaw needs to get through in order.
So brings up just another swing and a miss to start up to bring up Cade Wood, an RBI on a sac fly paired with a fly out to right field. So made good contact on Harbin. So the Bees looking for bullpen stability, having never been able to find that bridge guy. As a check swing up high. And that'll be a called strike. Scholl wheeling and dealing in his first few pitches.
Back-to-back storage there from Scholl. He is just in a groove right now. And right now these hitters have no answers for him. 0-2.
On the outside, we'll get away from Meyer. So the You heard David Terrio before this day, the game and the pregame interview, tell me that he thinks that this team needs to have more improvements from their bullpen. And this is one guy, in my opinion, a very young pitcher at Mount Mercy. Really good stuff as he'll draw the ground out to the right side. Nice play at second from Akers, and the throw to first will be in time, 2 away from Shull. Just as I was saying it, he proved to my point that this is a guy that has the potential to go length with his type of stuff, has had some really solid outings this season, and in these situations here, being called upon in a big one, Sam.
We saw both teams be able to get to 2 outs relatively quickly in the last inning, and then both teams able to score a run in 2-out rallies. So the Bees looking to avoid that here. There was an error that really cost them that run in the last inning and is really looming large right now.
We'll draw a swing and a miss to make the count 0-1. Shull threw 4 innings against the Corn Belters back on the 20th. Finished today with 3 earned runs, but wasn't a bad outing. Last threw at the Cape Catfish on the 25th. You have 2 earned runs in 1 inning of work. Now we'll draw another swing and a miss, make it 0-2 from Shull. And similar to Harbin, he's all over the strike zone, but the difference is Shull getting the swings and misses.
Bayou fastball right there, and really opening the door for a slider or just going right back to the fastball with Weaver being so late.
Weaver already has an RBI double plus a fly out in this game, has made good contact. The 0-2 on the outside. Meyer just tried to frame it. Respect the effort from his college teammate. Meyer, a sophomore at Mount Mercy. Shull, also a sophomore. As a swing and a miss, 2 strikeouts to start it up for Michael Shull, and a 1-2-3, a good way to open up the day for the reliever. Top of the 6th over, 4-2 game, 2 strikeouts from Shull, and the Bees trying to build on the momentum when we return.
Base dugout gate. Here are today's contestants for the Scooters Coffee Scoot On Down Scooter Race. Once again, Josh and Sammy scoot on down to the first base dugout gate. At this time, we would like to recognize the men and women in attendance who are currently serving or who have served in the Coast Guard. Please stand and be recognized.
The Battle of Maryville officially concluded at Community Field. Bottom of the 6th, and it'll be Alex Esker who enters this game for the Hoot. Ryan Hoshaw's nice day ended at 5 innings of work, gave up 7 hits, 2 runs, both of which were earned alongside 2 walks and 4 strikeouts, and we'll start it up for Esker. Esker, a Mineral Area College product, actually was with Cape last season. So far with the Hoots, only has made 1 appearance, 1-0 record for 1.2 innings of work, 3 strikeouts and no earned runs in that 1.2 innings. So for a team in the Bees, struggled with strikeouts and now gets to go against a guy who was striking out batters like no other in his first appearance of the year for Esker. Previously attended Southern Missouri and then transferred to Mineral Area. His first pitch called strike. It's Halloran, Rooker, and Dunwall due up for the 8th. Still no rain. Cloudy skies persist. It's only 7 o'clock, and with the darkness, it looks like it's 9. The 0-1 from Esker. Hard throwing lefty pitcher. Hope you like lefties. Another one that the Bees have to deal with, and the count 1-1.
Guy really hasn't had many control issues either. You mentioned this is O'Fallon team who likes the guys that really don't walk batters. Only 14 walks in 42 innings for Esker.
It's 1-1. On the inside will be a good take from Esker. Through 13.1 innings this season at Mineral Area College. Through 18 total innings at Southern Missouri. 2-1, 4-2 game. Bees out hitting O'Fallon by 1, 7-6. A pitch on the inside, called a strike for Boston Halloran. A fly out and then reach on an error last time. And now the 2-2. Bees need to make up 2 runs. It could potentially be battling rain, set to start at 8 p.m. His pitch popped up in fair territory, and that'll be caught inside the infield by Long for the first out.
Next up for the Bees, third baseman number 2.
Second straight at bat for Allen, where he's just made some weak contact, and fortunately for him, this one could not drop out of the glove, so that's out number 1, and it's a Bees team that just need to get runs back by the inning. They don't need to get all 2 back right here, right now, but with the rain coming, I feel like you want to get it as soon as possible, and getting a run here would go a long ways, and you need a guy in Rooker here to bring up the top of the order with the guy on base.
A walk and a ground out to third as he takes a huge cut on the first pitch from Esker. So Esker, Division I stuff, that's how he attended SEMO. Now he's going to use that Division I stuff to draw some swings and misses, so expect some Bayou pitches from him. Rooker did draw the first walk of the game the first time he was up and takes a huge cut at the second pitch of the at-bat. The Bees, the 5th most at-bats in the Prospect League this season, have the 13th most hits. Back-to-back games at home will take on the Lumber Kings. It was the beginning of a 3-game set, the middle game taking place at Clinton on July 4th, starting tomorrow. The 0-2. He swung on and go foul, so Rooker sees his third pitch of the at-bat, puts the first one in play.
He's trying to get it by Rooker right here, and after that second pitch, just was not able to catch up, able to just narrowly foul that pitch off right there, and stay alive here in an 0-2 count, and just got to fight anything off and stay alive in this account and find your way aboard here.
Pitch up high from Esker. Thought he may have drawn the swing and a miss. Will not, so Rooker will get to see another pitch. Rooker all the way from Salina, Texas. His grandfather played baseball at Rice. His uncle played baseball at Oklahoma. Talk about having baseball in your bloodline. The 1-2, swing and a miss. So Esker, the big strikeout day in his first appearance with O'Fallon last time. And now his first strikeout coming against Rooker to put 2 away here in the 6th.
Rooker just chasing one that was just a bit out of his strike zone. A little bit too high for him, but having to be a little aggressive on a 2-strike count, just swinging at anything close. And not the first time we've seen the Bees go down on a pitch like that that's out of the zone, but having to swing away on 2 strikes forces yet another K.
O'Fallon, a very good day defensively, and now getting some backing up after a good start from Hoshaw. Only gave up the 4 runs, but did allow, or 2 runs, but only allowed 7 hits. Now Esker trying to continue this good day from the defense. Up 1-0 on the leadoff hitter in Dunwald. Had both of the RBIs, the game-winning RBIs, mind you, against the Springfield Lucky Horseshoes in the Bees' last game on Sunday. That was their 6th victory of the season. O'Fallon coming off of a loss at Clinton, a high score with over 6 runs scored apiece. The 1-1 on Dunwald. He had that 9-5 double play the last time where the right fielder in Zenner gunned down the runner in Halloran in an unbelievable display of defense. 2-1 on Dunwald.
Esker's been perfect all year, and interested to see if he can get into some adversity and how he responds to it, and we'll see if Dunwald can force it.
A pop a pitch up foul on 2-2. Dunwald continue to have a bit of a strikeout problem this season. 22 Ks in 23 games. Had one earlier to make it 23. Dunwald infamously came alive in the second half last season. That's not a quote from me. That's a quote from one of our front office staffs, Ted Gutman. Now the 2-2. Inside strike 3 called. So Esker, 2 straight strikeouts in a 1-2-3 inning. And that'll send us to the 7th inning at Community Field. O'Fallon 4, Burlington 2, rain holding off. And in that, all in the battle of the relievers now as this game remains defensive.
The Great River Health Bees home dugout. It's now time for the 6th inning shenanigans, sponsored by Anderson, Roberts, Forth, Wallace, Stewart, and Werner. Let's see what shenanigans Rachel has for our Bees player and contestant tonight.
Hey guys, we have Elsa and Jace here, and they are going to be doing a Frozen t-shirt unraveling. So the t-shirt is frozen, and they have to break it apart, and whoever puts it on first wins. Now, are you two ready? Elsa's already cheating. Alright, you guys ready? On your mark, get set, go. Oh, Elsa's using her muscles. She's determined. Okay. Jace is terrible at this. Very far behind. Oh. Elsa's starting to take lessons. She's not very good at this. She's in fact worse than Jace. Let's get down to the wire. Jace is trying to find a hole to put on a t-shirt. Elsa may have gotten it, guys. Let me hear locomotion, guys. Let me hear it for Elsa. There we go. Oh, Jace may win this one. He's getting there. Oh, we have a stolen shirt. Is our head through? Oh. Okay, Elsa's the winner. Let's go Bees.
So I don't know if you were able to see that on the television broadcast as the 6th inning shenanigans were wrapping up. Lightning strikes just above Community Field, and that will send us into a rain delay. And with the rain scheduled to be coming all night long, that may be the ball game here.
Yeah, the game official was moved back an hour so we could at least get the 5 innings. And now rain delay with the game at 4-2.
With the serious weather approaching Burlington, obviously the enhanced risk of tornadoes, we want all these fans here to be safe and be sheltered and obviously not risk the sake of the game for some inclement weather. So for those who are watching in the Burlington area, we remind you that make sure you just have your tornado safe place in mind just in case of any weather that may be looming.
So that'll send us into rain delay. We likely might get the call here to help out on the field, so we'll send this game to break. We'll keep both broadcasts running with the ambient mic on so you can hear what's going on at the ballpark. We'll pop in and out from time to time to give you updates. O'Fallon 4, Burlington 2. Bottom of the 7th will come up if this game were to return. But right now, with a huge lightning bolt dotting the Burlington sky and everybody clearing to the concourse, we'll just wait and see how this one is determined at Community Field. Liam Sample alongside Sam Egan will be here. We'll stay updated. We'll pop in from time to time, so stay tuned as we keep it updated at Community Field.
For those of you that are still here, hello. Welcome back. Sam Egan back in the broadcast booth after a long tarp effort. It's gonna be raining for a while. It's very wet outside. If we get any updates on the game, we'll keep you updated. But as of now, not looking like it'll be soon for game time. So we'll keep you updated here in the booth if we hear anything. It's gonna rain. Come down. You just put the tarp on. It's gonna rain. Holy dude.
Honestly, it's pretty dry. I assume the game's called.
Yeah.
So, with the expiration of this rain, or the downfall of this rain, this game is likely called. So, we'll call it a night here in the press box at Community Field. A 4-2 final score. The O'Fallon Hoots taking down the Bees, and a rain ending this game in the 7th inning. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Have a good night.